Hi, welcome to Arts Focus. My name is Elise Buckite. I'm a program specialist for the Columbia Office of Cultural Affairs. Today I'm joined by Jim Thaxter, a member of the Mid-Missouri Traditional Dancers. Welcome, Jim.
Hi, thank you for having me here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you could stop by. So let's just start at the beginning. How did Mid-Missouri Traditional Dancers get started?
Okay, well, this type of dancing started in Mid-Missouri Traditional Dancers is mainly contra dancing. We also have a series of English country dances, but so those are both traditional styles of dancing. And they started around here in about I think the late 1970s. I wasn't around here then, but I've heard stories about there were jam sessions going on back then, people getting together to play their fiddles and banjos and guitars, playing some Irish music, playing some old-time Missouri fiddle tunes. And then somebody showed up from Kansas City who said that they knew some dances to go along with some of those tunes. And this is peppy music. It's kind of vigorous music, and so they took some people back into the kitchen of the house where they were jamming that evening, and this guy taught some people some dances, and people thought, well, this is really great, and we need to make this a regular thing. So pretty soon there were dances going on, I think weekly at first, and they were very loosely organized. People would just kind of show up. People knew that, okay, on Monday evening we're going to get together, and they knew where, and musicians would show up, and somebody who knew some dances to call would show up and call the dances, and eventually it kind of went from weekly to now we dance twice a month, sometimes 3 times a month, first and third Fridays, and fifth Fridays if there is one. And we also do English country dancing on the second Friday of the month.
Yeah, so when you say contra dance versus English country dance, what do those look like? What's involved in that?
They look like lines of dancers, but this is not line dancing like country and western line dancing. So it's a line of couples. So two couples face each other, and then there's another set like that, 2 couples facing, and in a line down the hall for as many dancers as you have. And those 2 couples go through a series of figures together, like circle left, circle right, do-si-do, right-hand star, left-hand star, ladies chain. There's about 12 or 15 basic moves that might make up a dance. And you go through that series of figures with the couple you're with, your neighboring couple, and then you move on to a new neighboring couple and go through the same series with them. And that way you work your way up and down the line, and you get to dance with everybody in the line. It sounds a little boring that you're doing the same thing with everybody, but everybody has their own dance style, so everybody you come to dance with makes the dance a little bit different, and so it's a different experience all the way through, and it's not boring at all.
No, it sounds like a very social experience. Yeah,
yes.
Is that part of what drew you to it to begin with?
Yes. This is not just a group of people all doing the same thing, moving to the right, moving to the left, going forward, moving your feet. But it's everybody doing the same thing, but you have a partner, and you've got the neighbors you're dancing with, so there's some interaction with your partner, also interaction with your neighbors, and not much time to have a conversation with them while you're dancing with them, because the time through the dance might take about 30 seconds, and then you're moving on to somebody else. So not much time for conversation there, but you're definitely getting to interact with everybody, and so it's a very social thing, with a lot of eye contact if you want to. Some people aren't real comfortable with eye contact, with strangers especially, but after you get to be friendly with everybody, the eye contact gets to be a natural thing, and it's not a threatening part of the dance. It's just one of the things that we do to connect with each other, and you have to have a little bit of communication with the people you're dancing with, so you get some of that communication through eye contact, also through hand contact, and like that. So
yeah, and all this, you guys frequently have live music set to these dances. You always
for our contra dances we always have live music. For our English dances, the attendance hasn't been quite high enough to be able to pay a band, so we've been using recorded music for that. But for the contra dances, it's always live music, some combination of fiddle, banjo, guitar, maybe hammered dulcimer, flute, piano, those types of instruments.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you serve as a caller pretty frequently. What does that entail?
So that entails teaching the dancers what the dance is going to be. I tell people to find a partner, line up for a contra dance, for instance, and they do that because they know how to do that. And then I walk them through the moves that we're going to be doing for that particular dance. So we walk through the dance before the music actually starts, so people get an idea of what the sequence is going to be. And then after a couple of walkthroughs, people get it, and we start the music. I keep calling because people aren't necessarily going to remember the 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 moves that are in that dance right away. But after we go through it 3 or 4 times, experienced dancers start putting that sequence into their memory. And after a while, sometimes I can stop calling, and then people just enjoy dancing to the music without my interference there. But the caller's job is to get the dance started, teach the dance, and keep calling the moves as the dance goes through until people start getting that comfort level so that they can do it on their own.
You're teaching how to ride the bike. You're holding on till they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So we mentioned contra dance and English country dance, and you said you guys have 2 or 3 dances a month. Where can people go for those?
We dance at the Ballroom Academy of Columbia, which is down in Peachtree. What is it called? Peachtree Plaza, maybe. Yeah. It's behind the break time, right next to a gymnastics and cheerleading academy. And we're there on Friday evenings, 1st and 3rd, and 5th Fridays when there is one. And we get started with a beginner's walkthroughs where somebody will teach you the basics of these moves before you actually get out there to do the dance. We start that at 7 o'clock, and then the dancing starts about 7:30, goes till about 10 o'clock, and we all go home happy.
So for somebody who's coming new, what should they know about that?
Know to wear light, loose clothing, dress in layers, especially this time of year in the wintertime. People come in sweaters and heavy layers, and it warms up real quickly. So if you can get down to a t-shirt or just a light shirt, a lot of women like to wear dresses that flow and allow a little bit of air movement to keep you cool. Comfortable shoes, because it's kind of vigorous. It's just walking steps. There's no fancy footwork to the dancing, but it's pretty quick walking. So be ready for that. So comfortable shoes, loose clothing.
Do they have to come with a partner?
You don't have to come with a partner.
All
no,
right.
We have a lot of single people who come. Some people come as couples, and we generally even people who come as couples split up, and they'll dance with other people during the evening, because a lot of us have danced together for a number of years, and we're all friendly with each other, so we dance with each other, and it's not all real close with your partner, not like ballroom dancing where you're stuck right there, with them in your arms. There's some other stuff where you're spread out a little bit more. So it's very nice to dance with other people, and especially for new people to dance with experienced people, because the experienced people can help the new ones learn the moves and direct them in the right direction to go.
Yeah. Well, I know it's a great community. We're very glad you guys are around Columbia providing this kind of traditional art form and welcoming new people in. Where can people go to find out information if they want to come and try it out?
We have a website, mmtdcolumbia.org, which will give you a little bit of information about our history, our schedule, past dances. You can see pictures of us dancing, some videos to see what it's like.
Learn about upcoming special events.
And we also have a Facebook page. So if you go look for Mid-Missouri Traditional Dancers, you can find our Facebook page. Upcoming events, we have a spring breakdown coming up. This will be our 19th year that we've done this. It's a dance weekend. We dance Friday night. We have workshops during the day on Saturday, a Saturday night dance, and a Sunday afternoon dance as kind of a farewell to all our friends. People come from neighboring states, neighboring towns to dance with us. And
what weekend is that?
And that's the last weekend in March.
Okay.
29th, 30th, and 31st. And that will be, this year it's going to be down in Jefferson City at the Capitol Ritz Ballroom. We've had it here in Columbia almost every year that we've done it. mainly at the Leela Rainey Woods Ballroom at Stevens College, which is a lovely place to dance.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, we've got some people from Jeff City in our group and so on our organizing board, and they kind of lobbied to get some dancing down in Jefferson City and attract some dancers down there too. So we'll be down there this year.
All right. Well, I know it's a great event. And again, that website is mmtdcolumbia.org.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, hopefully people go out and learn about it. Maybe they stop by for that event.
Oh, yeah, that'll be great.
Great. Well, thanks so much for coming, Jim. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
And thanks for joining us on this segment of Arts Focus.